In this video, we are going to discuss about what are iterators in Python and how to use iterators in Python. My name is Basha. Welcome to Intermediate Python Programming Tutorial by Code World YouTube channel. This is 8th video in Intermediate Python Programming Tutorial. Before getting to the topic, a request for you friends. If you are first time visiting my channel and want to learn Python programming language, make sure you hit the subscribe button and activate the bell icon to get notifications. Get into the video. First, what are iterators in Python? An iterator is an object which contains some elements or values, and we can traverse to the values in the iterator. Iterators are like containers of object. We know iterables, right? Collections in Python like list, tuple, set, dictionary, and also the range function. All are called iterables in Python. For example, I'll take L1. L1 is list 1 with values 10, 20, 30, 40. This is an iterable, right? This is a list. This list is an iterable. We use for loop to iterate through all elements in the list, that is iterable. We already know this. The another method to iterate through values is by using iterators. And there are two methods in iterators. There are iter method in Python and next method in Python. By using these two methods, we work with these iterators. Iterable is an object. We can iterate through it. Whereas iterator is an object which is used to iterate over an iterable object. Little confusing, right? Let me explain the example. See this list. Now I'll show you how to iterate through all the values in this list by using for loop. So for I in L1 print I. That's it. Run this code. See this, all the values in this L1 is printed. This is one way. This is one method. The another method is by using iterators. Now I will show you creating an iterator in Python. Before showing creating an iterator in Python, we know type method, right? We use type method to check the type of a variable. Now I'll show you. So print type 1 and this code. See here, this is a list. One is a list, right? So print list. Now creating an iterator in Python. See this list. I'll make it list as iterator using iter function. See here, I'll take a variable I and iter and in the round brackets L1. That's it. Our iterator is ready. Our iterator is I. I is the iterator object. Our iterator is ready. Very simple, right? So if you agree, Python is a simple language. Python is very easy to learn. Python is easy to use. Type S in comment section below. Now I'll show you type method for this variable I. Print type of I. I run this code. See here, this is a list iterator. That's why I print list iterator. To access the elements in list or any iterable, we use index numbers, right? To access elements in list, tuple, we use index numbers. For example, see this list, and inside this list the value 10 is there. So to print the value 10, we give the code like this. Print the round brackets, we give L1, and in the square brackets give the index number of 10. The index number of 10 is 0, right? So you give L1 of 0. Then it print 10. Now we have iterator I. To access the elements in I, the iterator I also have values 10, 20, 30, 40. To access the elements of the iterator, we use next method in Python. See here, print next of I. And this code, see here, the value 10 is printed. To print the 20, which is next value, I copy this code, I paste it here, and I run this code. See here, 20 is printed. We cannot access the value 20 directly. So if you give next again, run this code, you get 30. So we have to print one by one. And also, we can use next method like this also. Print I dot is iterator underscore next underscore round brackets. We can give like this also. And this code, See here 40 is printed. So we can use next method in two ways. We can use like this, next in the round brackets, the iterator. We can use like this also, iterator dot underscore underscore next underscore underscore round brackets. Okay, and we can use for loop to iterate through all the values in iterator also. See here for x in I print x. And this code, see here 10, 20, 30, 40 are printed. See here in this example, to create our iterator I, we use this list L1, right? So to create iterator I, we take help of iterable, right? So now I want to create an iterator without using any iterable. That means I want to create an iterator object without using any list or any tuple. So to create an object, we have to create a class. So we have to create our own next method, our own iter method, everything from scratch. Now I'll show you how to do that. So I remove this code. So I'll give a comment. For example, we want to create an iterator with values 10, 20, 30, 40. The same iterator. We are going to give it the same iterator with values 10, 20, 30, 40. In the previous example, simply we convert the list to an iterator, right? So now we are going to create an iterator, everything from scratch. Now I'll show you how to create our own iterator. So I give a class. My class name is num underscore it, numbers iterator. I'll take a constructor, init constructor, init init method, the round bracket self. So if you want to learn about this class and objects, and if you want to know object-oriented programming concepts, in our Codewell YouTube channel, I already made a playlist on object-oriented programming in Python. The link is available in the description and above icon. Please check the videos. And inside this init, I take a variable self.n is equal to 10. The first value in the iterator is 10, right? So I'll give self.n is equal to 10. Okay. Now I'll create this iter method, iter self in the round brackets self colon. This iter method will return a iterator. So I'll return the self. Return self. Now next method in Python. So next underscore round brackets self, and inside this I'll take a variable. So my variable is a is equal to self dot. Next I'll increment the value of n. So see this iterator, first value is 10, next value is 20, next value is 30. The difference between each value is 10, right? So I'll increment by 10. Okay. So self dot n plus is equal to 10. Now I return the a value. Return a. Okay. That's it. Our iterator is ready. Now I'll create the object for this iterator. So I is equal to num underscore it. Print next of I. And this code. See here 10 is printed. I'll copy this code line. I'll paste it here. I run this code again. See here 20 is printed. I'll again copy these two lines and I paste it here. I run this code. 10, 20, 30, 40 are printed. And I'll again do this. I run this code. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 also printed. We don't want this, right? We want our iterator with values 10, 20, 30, 40. This is not the iterator which we want. This is an infinity iterator. So this will print infinity values. Now I'll show you by using for loop on this. So for I in, sorry, not for x in, I already used the variable I. So I take x here. You can take any variable a, b, m, n, anything. So I. So now if I print I, it will print infinity values. So this will affect my system. So I don't do this like this. So for x in range of 50. So I'll show you by printing first 50 values, print next of. Okay, I run this code now. See here. So from 10 to 500 is printed. So first 50 values. If I give 100 here, I run this code. See here, from 10 to 1000 are printed, right? So this is an infinite iterator. We don't want this, right? So to change this infinite iterator to the iterator which we want, we need to give a simple condition. Simple condition in this next method. See here, we want 10, 20, 30, 40. So we need to stop the iteration when the value is 40. We don't want 50, right? So to stop this iteration, I'll give a simple condition here. See here, if. So to give a condition, we use this if condition. If self dot n less than or equal to 40, and this condition is true, we have to run these 3 lines, right? And to stop the iteration, when the value becomes 40, we have to give a else condition here. Else, we have to raise an exception. So to raise exception, we use raise keyword here. Raise, the exception is stop iteration exception. So I have to give stop iteration. Stop iteration. Okay, that's it. Now I'll print the values. Print next of I. Run this code. See here, is printed. I'll copy this line. I paste it here. I'll run this code. 20 is printed. 10, 20. I'll copy these 2 lines. I'll paste it here. I'll run this code. See here, 10, 20, 30, 40 are printed. If I print next of I again, run this code, it print 10, 20, 30, 40, and after the value become 40, it will raise an exception, stop iteration exception. So this is the code to create our own iterator from scratch, everything from scratch. We create our own iter method, our own next method. And I already told you, if you want to learn object-oriented programming in Python, go to this playlist, click on this playlist. This is object-oriented programming in Python playlist. That's it for this video, friends. See you in next video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Comment your opinion on this video in the comment section below. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get notifications. Thank you. Thank you for watching.